First time I came to Right Direction was through a brother named Walter Jackson. I worked for Walter at USC, and he got connected with Right Direction. He also was having Bible study. They were watching Pastor Dollar on video, and I was like, man, this is awesome.
I heard about Right Direction through some coworkers who weren't attending Right Direction. So I came a few times, and we were over on 1230 at the time. And I came in a few times, the music was like loud and blasting. And Pastor got up, and every time I came, he was so funny. And during the time that I came, I was just going through some things. And every time I would come, he would always speak an answer to me that I needed and that I had asked the Lord. And he would come out and he would say that. And I was like, oh my gosh, how did he know that?
You know, we had been friends here at Right Direction for a while, so we'd been part of this ministry for a while. And it really started with Rosalyn having a vision of me being her husband.
We were in over 1230 again, and I was part of the media ministry. And I was standing up doing corporate prayer, was doing corporate prayer time. So everybody was in the sanctuary, and I was just up in the booth, just walking back and forth. And all of a sudden it just got dark, and there was his face. And I heard a voice say, "This is your husband." So I came out of this vision, and I'm looking around like, okay, maybe he's here or something. I just saw him, and I'm looking around and he wasn't here. And just a few minutes later, he comes in with his briefcase on his shoulder, walking up, and I'm just standing there, and I said nothing. It was nothing I could say. And so during that period, I just waited because God gave it to me. I was like, okay, you gave this to me, so it's all you. And I just waited until God just did whatever he needed to do.
August of that year of 2004, that's when the shift really began in me. And it was pretty quick. We started courting in August, we were engaged by November, and married in March. So that's how it all came to pass. The last year or so has been really a whirlwind. We purchased a new home, and now we have custody of 3 beautiful children, a 4-year-old and 2-year-old twins. So that is really our life, our world right now, which, you know, if it wasn't for the faith and the things that God's been doing through, you know, with us through Right Direction, I don't think we'd be in this situation. But like I said, we have a new house. We didn't have the children before we got this house, but God supernaturally moved us into this big, beautiful house that we can now take care of these children before it all took place. And it's really been, you know, just a wonderful experience, especially the last couple of years of seeing God advance us and change our lives, and especially now with our children.
We have both been believing to have children. And someone asked me, well, how did you shift from believing God to have a child to going and talking about adoption? And it never changed. I still believe God. I still know that God is faithful. It's just that God just decided to do this. He thought us worthy to take care of the children, and the opportunity came. And so we were the ones that he's chosen. And that's how I feel about it. We feel that we were chosen. We're totally in a new season, and I'm enjoying this season. It's been a little rough trying to get used to it and still trying to get used to it, but it is truly a blessing every time I look at them.
I wasn't what you would call a terrible person, or, you know, God didn't deliver me from all this, you know, whatever. But just seeing your life change on a daily basis, seeing God, you know, God being a tangible, real God, somebody that you can talk to, you know, understand the power of prayer, worship, all the things that we receive here, just a total life change.
And I remember there's just times where I was in service. I had a family member who's very in trouble, and I remember just praying and crying out. In that particular service, pastor was teaching, and he was just so encouraging. And through that time, there was a deliverance. The person was actually supposed to go to jail, and there was a deliverance. That person record was totally cleared. They even gave him money back from going to jail. And I know that was a result of being here at Right Direction, knowing the word, know how to stand on the word, believe God for anything. And I did. I believed God that would be erased from his record, and it was.
It just takes you to another level. And I know I wouldn't be as knowledgeable. I wouldn't have the faith that I do now. Probably wouldn't have my wife now, the children, all the tangible things that we have now. It would just be a totally different world for me.
So it's just no doubt in my mind that this is the place I'm supposed to be. It is set. It was set before I even knew it. And I just continue to know that God is going to complete the work that He started. And I'm excited for what's going to happen here at Right Direction because I am a part of that. And so, yes, we would be crazy without it.
Just having pastors that live a life of integrity, most importantly, a life of faith. I think that's the biggest thing that they bring is a life of faith, and they teach it, they show it in the Word, they live it, and then we can take it and apply it to our life. So it's just an awesome relationship to have spiritual parents that impart pretty much everything you need as it pertains to life and godliness.
I really do love them. And I say that, and it's not a physical thing, it's a spiritual thing. Because it's a thing between me and God and how I got here, that I know I love them, and how God put them in my life for a purpose and for my destiny. And so they mean more to me than I can even explain or it's beyond words. Because I know what God has done for me, and I know how much they've prayed for me. I know that they love me and I love them. And it's something in here that you can't kill, you can't destroy. It's here because I love them. I pray for them daily, and they are very important to me.